friends at YouTube. I have been on Facebook and I have seen lots of posts and I've been trying to promote people to not buy animals that are breeded and people that with all these animals on the shelters, everybody just can insist on breeding. There's so many pit bulls and bigger dogs that they've been rescuing and bringing to shelters and putting down. And they rescue all these babies with moms die. I mean, this honestly doesn't come to a issue of nature. There was wolves before dogs. We created this problem. This is on us. And I know they say, well, God will figure it out. God did not tell us to make the wolves domesticated into dogs. He really did it. So I don't understand why we play God. These animals are out there. We have a very, they can't survive against a wolf or some of the bigger predators. The ecosystem was made a certain way. We created a different kind of breed of animal. Honestly, we domesticated and then made our own breeds, and then they're and they're what the state of the world is today. All lawmakers is making it impossible for people to survive and live. So if you do that, you don't honestly. There's a lot of people that honestly can't afford a dog, but yet more and more dogs pop up every day. And people, and we got these pet shops and all this other stuff going on. We need to focus on other things. We need to focus on all these animals that are put in the shelter and stuff. We need to figure out a plan to secure them and not create any more problems. We're literally putting down so many dogs and stuff. No more dogs need to be reproduced. And the amount of dogs that we have, they get lost, they get pregnant, and they're still having more dogs, and yet there's people out there going out of their way to make pit bulls, more baby pit bulls, and I shared some posts to my Chong awareness group of these. They put them in these fighting rings, and they take these pit bulls and they have them doing litter after litter after litter and getting pregnant to where they can't get pregnant no more. And for what? So they can fight other animals and their ears get chewed off? I don't understand this. I really don't. I mean, somebody explain to me where the logic is in the world with this. Oh, excuse me. I need to wipe my nose. Oh, man. But yeah, someone explain to me where the logic is there. We got all these people in the world. There's not enough people that have enough money, and the way the world is, with all the with the money that doesn't that's not being circulated, the rich getting rich and the poor getting poor, and we have a surplus of animals that can't be fed, and the rich aren't going out of their way to help them or anybody. Honestly, the way this is going, in the next 20 years, there's going to be more animals and people dying. But beyond that point, stop breeding the animals. The poor dogs. I mean, we need to take care of the dogs that are there that are good, that need to be find good homes. in these fighting pits, and all this gunpowder is awful. It really is awful. I mean, I can't express any more on my Chong group about how awful this issue has become. What kind of people are we? I mean, we sit there and talk about demons and devils and the second coming of God, this and that. Is God going to want to have anything to do with anybody if we're just sitting there and treating life like we treat it? I don't understand. So on these awareness groups, I'm putting that. So please, I'm begging you guys to please try to rescue a dog from a shelter, and please stop breeding these dogs. I mean, I just posted a thing, a post on Chong on one of my Facebook groups. I got 5 of them. Of this, there was a pregnant dog that got lost, and she ended up in. When the rescuers got to her, they were trying to get this dog away from her puppies, and the dog literally attacked her puppies, and literally killed all the puppies. It was purely awful. And the thing is it's not natural. These we domesticated these guys. They can't protect themselves against some of the wild dogs. They're wild. They have the wildness in them, and domesticated dogs don't. They're nice. Or you get these bad pet owners that just do these bad things. So I don't understand. They're I'm trying to figure out what this says. They you from? Oh, I live in Ohio. I'm just a concerned citizen, and I've been on Facebook for a long time, and I honestly don't like. I don't like the fact that all the animal. There's a big animal crisis, and honestly, it's our fault. We're overbreeding animals. The dogs are expensive. I'm here to say dogs are expensive. I have a dog. I have a halfway decent job. I support my dog. But the thing is it's the way of the world. We're coming off a financial crisis, and people that are going out there and rescuing these dogs, there's only so many of us out there. And it really makes me sad. So I go on Facebook every day. I have my main Chong group that I like. It's more my social, where the humans kind of go with the regular Chong. And then I have the two Chong Gothics because I do like my dragon posts, and I like skulls and stuff like that. I do enjoy that kind of thing. And then I realize that some people don't like that kind of thing, and that's okay. So I got the Chong family style group, and then I have my Chong animal awareness because some of my people in the Chong group, it's hard for them to look at these posts with the animals that suffered. Some, they're animal lovers. A lot of people that are in my Chong groups are all animal lovers. So, and it is hard for my group members, honestly, to do that. It's hard for them to see these posts where these dogs are half starved, and by the time the rescue workers get there, how they look, and they're sensitive people. And and I guess that's okay. You can be sensitive and this and that, and it's okay. But the thing is I think there should be awareness to the animals that died in a horrible way. I think their stories should be told, even if they are dead or half dead. I think the dead themselves, even their stories should be told. There was a dog that was tied up in a barn. I don't know why they just left him there, and then it was abandoned. And it was the saddest thing I ever seen. By the time the rescuers got there, the dog was skin and bones, malnutrition, looked like it'd been there for a long while. And I think that dog did end up dying. They euthanized him. But the sad thing is the dog couldn't even get loose. And it looked horrible. And I believe every if you die like this, I believe that I'm gonna turn this off. But I believe if you die in a certain fashion, in a way that I think your story should be told if you're a human or an animal. And the dead do speak. And the thing is they're in a better place once they are dead, but their story should be told just so it doesn't happen again. Human and animal suffering should not go on. It really shouldn't. It's an epidemic, I think, all around the world. And just like I have said in other streams, which really bothers me, is the trafficking of animals and humans. There's humans that are literally grabbed off the streets, put into all kinds of slavery. They get beaten. They have to do unspeakable sexual acts. And they came from good homes. Some of them were just kidnapped. And, I thought slavery ended. So we end slavery just to create our own slavery. And I don't understand why the world has to be this way, but I'm going to keep blogging and sharing the dead and the survivor stories as long as I got a breath, as long as I can speak and my mind's still with me and I'm still alive. Because I believe everybody that's been abused really bad or died a horrible way, I think their story should be told for a lesson. And there's a lot of dogs. I mean, there's some of them that get lost and it's unfortunate and nobody could do nothing and that's no one's fault. But some of these dog deaths and all this dog abuse, it could be helped. And I get people need money. I get it. But at the cost of animals just being animal and human suffering, that I don't understand. I mean, where are we in society? I mean, is this really hell? Because I would think a practice like this would happen in hell, honestly. And if we were in hell, I would say, okay, I guess, this is how it is. But as far as I'm concerned, everybody tells me this could be purgatory. And I'm okay with this being purgatory, but the thing is, I mean, if I am in purgatory, I'm still going to stick up for the innocent. I don't care what anybody says. And I'm going to stick up for the unnecessary deaths. And I don't want to forget about the people that and the animals that were tied up and beaten and executed for no reason. And that's the thing. It was done for no reason, just out of pure cruelty. There was no war. I could see in war where this kind of thing happens because war is a totally different thing. War is very different. You could expect these things from war times, but are we at war with our neighbors and our neighbors' kids? I mean, I didn't know. I wasn't informed of a war about this. I mean, there's little kids sold into sex slavery at like 2 and 3 and 4 years old, just straight up kidnapped because people love to have sex with little kids. And it's really disgusting. And I don't understand where we have evolved as a species to allow this kind of thing. I mean, you could call me crazy, but these are the things I'm talking about. I mean, I'm willing to believe, I respect everybody's beliefs. I do. And I get it. If you want to believe in a Jesus or you want to believe in a goddess or whatever you want to believe in, as long as it's positive, I don't care. But all I'm saying is the deaths that I'm seeing and on Facebook and all these stories, that it has to end. It really does. And I just don't understand the innocent suffering that has to keep going on and on and on. Because the fact is, these governments are getting more greedy. People are getting less money for their children. There's no really some people could barely feed their kids. They can't afford to feed an animal, and rightly so. So why are there so many? It's the same like when I was growing up, when I was younger, they used to say, "Don't have a lot of kids if you can't afford them." And I understand that, and I'm a little old school about that, and I get it, and I get where people are coming from when that say this, because if you can't afford the children, they're going to suffer because they can't eat. So what about the animals? You keep having animals and more and more and more. There's suffering of animals and humans every single day. There's people that just the foster parents. There's so many kids that are abandoned every day due to drugs and different circumstances. Yet everybody just kind of forgets about it all. Why don't we try to adopt these kids from orphanages if you can? If you really want a kid and you have that kind of money, why not try to adopt? Or something. Because if you could truly afford $100,000 that for one child, why not adopt a baby? They have all kinds of babies. There's all kinds of people with money going around and adopting children and animals. There really is. But I mean, all this suffering, I don't have the answers, but it makes me sad to think my fellow humans that are supposed to be human along with me allow this kind of thing. And I don't know, it just deeply disturbs me, I guess. I don't, I just really don't understand. It doesn't make, it's not even logical. It really isn't. I just find there's a better way of going about the whole situation. I don't have all the answers, but maybe if we just stopped having kids and trying to adopt some of these kids out in these orphanages and stuff, and maybe minimize the population of animals And the ones that are wild and out there, just let them be wild. Let them be wild dogs, you know. And whatever animal's gonna die, just kind of let it happen. And let's not get the population so more of them gotta suffer, because it's it's not going to get better with a population increase just to put some in someone's pocket. Because honestly, I feel bad for all those people in human trafficking, and I feel bad for these pit bulls. I don't, and from what I'm told about pit bulls, they are actually was bred to protect a family, and it was, and I think it was in the UK that they bred them. And the UK now is putting them down and ordering them to be killed at the same time. Obviously, people don't understand how to train an animal. They don't understand that, and they get a puppy and they think of this puppy. And puppies are cute. They're awesome, but they're responsibility of a lifetime. And I do agree with Facebook when these guys talk about that, because it is really true. I'm keeping Chong his dying breath, and I'm going to take care of my dog to his dying breath, and I am never giving him up. I will always find a way to keep my dog, even if things are going bad, because I'm not going to sit there and reproduce if I can't afford it. But Chong is a commitment I took on, and I'm glad to have him in my life, and I'm not trying to give him up. And if I could, I would take all the animals from all the shelters and I would keep them all. But I can't. I need people's help to help me. And I do. Because, I mean, this is a cause that we all should be involved in. I mean, I don't know. I might make another Facebook group up for victims of, like, I don't know. We'll do sex. Maybe I was thinking of a sex trafficking group, but I don't know. I'm gonna wait, and maybe in a couple months I'll start that group. But I'm trying to unify everybody on Facebook. I really am, because I just, whatever's going on in the world, I get it, and it's gonna go on. But in the meanwhile, just use a condom if you can't afford a kid, and let's just try to take care of the crisis at hand. And that's trying to secure the orphanages and try to get these guys adopted out and give them a good life, and try to give the animals a good life. We created dogs. Humans are responsible for this. So we have to figure our own solution on solving the problem with the poor dogs, because it's awful. And you could blame this or blame God or say God will do it. God didn't tell us to breed the dogs. He didn't tell us to domesticate these guys. He really didn't. And it probably makes him sad that we kind of domesticated them and then we throw them to the curb for the love of money. And the thing is where's money going to get you? As far as I know, you can't buy your way in heaven if that's where you want to go. And in hell, honestly, I'm pretty sure God controls that too, because hell would be a good place to go if it was an eternal punishment, if you believe in hell. Or if you believe here you're going to get your form of hell. Whatever you choose to believe. Whatever you choose, none of it's going to be a good outcome for you. None of it. And the easiest solution I'm seeing is, and I don't think they're wrong on Facebook, is to stop breeding the animals and keep the population low. And they do have animal rescuers that go out there every day, and I've been posting their stuff. And I get they have these things called bait dogs, and they have all these little sayings, and I don't know the cruelty of people that they could do this to the animals in general. I just find it a very disrespectful act. I really do. And it makes my heart hurt. I and I don't know what to do to solve it. It may never get solved. Maybe this is how we want to live. Maybe we like to torture people and animals. Maybe this is how it is. And I get people need to eat with the commercial farming, but it's unnatural to sit there and line a bunch of cows up. And there was that guy that works in the slaughterhouse, and he showed a picture of a cow crying and with his head chopped off. Animals at the hands of us humans are going through suffering. They think we are the demons, and sometimes I think we are. We may go to church, we may do this or do that, but I think we are the dark ones. You sit there and you're afraid of this horror movie and that horror movie. We are the horror movie. We truly are. Animals that were born in this world, most of them suffer, and we do indespicable things to them. And I don't know, it makes me lose faith in humanity. And everybody keeps telling me the end of the world was coming to an end. I kind of wish it would. If this is the way the world's going to be, with us just being nasty to each other and animals and no one giving a crap about anything, and for the love of money doing everything and watching everybody suffer, I wish the world would end. But I doubt it's going to, and I'm sure the torture will continue. Animals will still die at the hands of torturers unmercifully. We have farmers that were doing a good, humane job of killing the animals in a nice, humane way, and now to save money, they do it differently. And for what? What are they saving their money for? Because personally, I hope they go to the deepest part of hell and they get there and they get to watch over and over their head being chopped off, because it's not a good thing they're doing. It's not. And they take these and and they separate families, and the greed of money has led us into a whole drug thing. I mean, for the love of money, all these different whatever organizations doing whatever, it doesn't matter to me. The drugs are here. It's destroying families. People are on the street hooked up on this fentanyl and everything, not taking care of their family, and we allow it. We just plain allow it, and I don't know how that represents us as a people. I mean, I'm on Facebook and I have my little small group that of good-hearted people, but the people that are good are just becoming fewer and fewer as time rolls on. And is this the kind of world we want to live in, where your kid's not raped or murdered because there's a favor, but then your friend's kid might be raped and murdered and it's okay? And I don't know that the meat that you eat pretty much, and then like and was had inhumane treatment, and then in the end died. What's the point of even having animals if we're honestly, I wish that we didn't even have animals because what's the point? The pigs got to stay in steel cages. They even got to nurse their their babies in cages, and they're and then they just go to the slaughter and don't even get to look at their children half the time. And I find that horrible, horrible. Who are we to do these kind of things? And we talk about God. I don't think anybody here is. Well, there's not enough movement enough to stop this. I know they're trying to do a petition on Facebook over this, but there's not enough movement on this subject. This is going to tear us apart as a society over time, and I don't think anybody cares because it doesn't affect them at the moment. It doesn't affect them, but I thought we all lived in this world together. If we all live in the same world together, why can't we all get along with each other and and try to find some more humane solutions for the animals and just stop trafficking life. It's not our life. And I'm tired of everybody saying it's my house, my land, my this. It's not your land. It's not your dog. You did not give birth to that dog. You didn't make that dog. You're not God. My dog isn't my dog. He's my companion that I take care of. That's it. He's not, he's his own, Chong's his own person. I'm just here to take care of him and stand up for him like I would any other living thing. And that's what I do. I really do. And I don't understand why it has to be so complicated for people. They say, "Oh, well, everybody has a choice. If they want to breed dogs, they should be able to." Okay, but there's a dog crisis. You breed that dog and all these other shelter dogs, the shelters are overran. There's all kinds of posts on Facebook where the dogs are lined up and they'll kill like 100 dogs. Good dogs that they worked with, sweet dogs, and they made them ready to be adapted, but everybody's breeding dogs and they can't afford and you can afford $3,000 for a dog, but and let's say you wanted a pit bull, the shelters will sometimes have people go in there and try to get the dogs nicer and work with them before they're adopted, and you can get a pit bull from the shelter. I mean, stop breeding them. It's going to get to the point where they're all going to be shot anyways, or damn near close to all of them. They're going to make the population go low one way or another. They're going to do it execution style, or we stop breeding. And they're already taking a they're already doing execution style with these dogs in the shelters. It's expensive for the shelters. I mean, you don't have enough cages for them, and you have so many coming in and out. You got to decide who's going to live and die. I feel bad for the workers in their shelters. I really do. And I've talked to people from shelters, and it's hard. They want to get these guys adapted. They try their hardest. They really do because they don't want to put these dogs down. They love animals. That's why they're there. And the people that love the animals the most are the ones that have to watch them die. And That really makes me sad. This world has come to, and a lot of people said they can't, that I talked to said they can't wait to die because this world is so evil, it's hard to be in it. And my thing is, I think we could turn it around. I think it's going to take us not being so greedy and being assholes, but I think we could turn it around. But the thing is, do we want to? That's the thing. I don't think anybody wants to turn it around. I think everybody enjoys it this way. I think they enjoy watching people starving and suffering. I think they enjoy saving the money so the cow can't even get shot in the head. I think they enjoy to see animals tied up and suffering and their ears chewed off because no one does anything to stop it. And the few people that do aren't enough. And I get it. I get how these rescue groups feel because I feel the same way. And it really breaks my heart every day. So every day I try to do something to help them. I don't know if I'm doing enough. I mean, I'm trying to get enough money from YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and all that to help the animals with my subscriptions and stuff. But I don't know if I ever will because I don't think people care unless you're a superstar or you're doing something like that or it's you're sleeping with somebody interesting. They really don't want people don't really care to hear what you have to say. And that's the way the world is. Honestly, I don't care who's sleeping with who. I don't care who doesn't believe in God. I don't care. All I care about is I see post of a mother dog that got lost, that gave birth, and her children got attacked, and she has no puppies, and then she ends up dying in the process. That's all I know. But somebody got a Gucci shirt. Oh, whoop de doo. What about the mama dog and all the dogs that died? Does anybody care about that? No. And it's the saddest thing I have ever seen. And I don't think a lot of people, they just say it's sad, I don't want to look at it. If you created it, look at what you created. Don't ignore what you created because it's not going to go away. That's why there's rescue groups. And they do find people, and thank God for the rescue groups. Thank God for Facebook promoting all this. I'm glad because I feel bad. I feel bad for all everyone involved because we gotta somehow change as a society for just the better good. And I'm not talking about this whole ascension thing and this and that. I mean, let's just put that aside. It is what it is. If we're gonna die, we're gonna die. I'm ready to die. I want a bullet to the head. I'm okay with dying. But what I'm not okay with is living, knowing that my fellow man is being put in cages and tortured by the sex trafficking, and I can't stomach these animals being overpopulated and people treating them the way they do. And I just can't stomach all the fighting pits where they'll stick German shepherds and just any stray dog, and the poor dogs get beat up. And the thing is, for what? To make a couple dollars? Is money really worth all the suffering? I mean, I don't understand. It's paper. And honestly, people like that in the end game when they're about to die, nobody cares about you. They don't. They just remember you by how you act, not how much money you gave out, how what your actions were. If you were a nice person, and they might say it to your as something different to your face, but in the end, it's all about what you did personally in your life that people remember you by. So you're going to be that guy that, was really mean to that dog or put the cat in the microwave. Nobody gives a crap about those people. In the end, when you get older and sick, that's when people are going to stop caring about you, unless you were a good person. They may do their job and take care of you, but they really don't like people that aren't good people. People even know good people, animals know good and bad people. And the thing is, there's just a lot more with people with hatred than any kind of mission of kindness in the world. And that in fact makes me sad too. Because to me, money isn't that important. It really isn't. We pay our bills. And before there was bills, there was the barter system. The Indians used to do that a lot. No, I'm sorry, not Indians. I apologize, you two Native Americans. The Native Americans, when they were, back in the day when they was able to have their own land before the white man came and took everything, because the white man did them wrong, and that is true. The white man did do them wrong, and white men were, through history, were not good. The Caucasian race has been not good to a lot of the people involved. I mean, we have put people in cages, the Caucasians, and put them in on a boat, brought them here, and made people from Africa slaves. We still kind of do it with animals, and I guess it's not only Caucasians with the human trafficking, but we're still doing it. And Caucasians have been known to do that, and they did do some nasty stuff to the Native Americans, real nasty stuff. And and they'll say, "Oh, I keep saying Indians. I am so sorry. The Native Americans, they would scalp the white man, but do you blame them? The white man used to rape. I know with the Sioux Indians, the white man literally came and they would a lot of times torture and kill the men, take their women if they were light enough in color complexion, which the Sioux Indians were a little lighter in complexion, and they would rape them. We're known for rape and murder. Hitler was white, and look what he did to the Jews. White people are some of the most sadistic people on the earth. And that's true. Jeffrey Dahmer was white. Mayor, the, Manson, he was white. There's a lot of serial killers that are white. They're all white men. If you want to go for race, I want to say white men have done the worst out of everyone. But we can make this world a better place. We really can. If we tried and was unified and came together. Because there's a time and place for violence, but it's not in everyday life. And it's not because you're bored and you want to see somebody's throat slit. That is not the way you want to run things, honestly. I mean, what is the point? It just seems like we're primitive. I think they say we're evolved. How could we be evolved? Evolved into what? Demons? People say they hate demons, but they act just like them. So I don't understand. You're either for demons or against demons, or you say you're not for demons and you go to church, but then you act like a demon. So to me, I guess make your choice. Do you want to be a demon or a human? Because this world has there has to be some kind of awakening in this world. It has to change. And if it's true what the religious people say about that this was the ascension, I hope it was. Why am I moving so slow? I hope that God literally comes and does punish the ones that are wicked. I hope this is the ascension. Maybe there'll be less. Maybe there'll be less animal abuse. Get that fucking wood, Ghosty! I am so sorry about all that screaming. He is playing Dead by Daylight, screaming his head. He's big man at the Coco. And I swear to God, he talks about me, he can hear me in the living room. I'm not screaming all that craziness. He's breaking every single fucking one of them. And he says the most awful words when he's doing it too. But I mean, I guess I'm over here to spread awareness too. I'm not saying believe in God. I'm not saying believe in no believe in anything. I'm just saying believe in righteousness. I'm here to plead for everybody to be righteous and just respect life. That's all I ask out of people. Just respect life, stop breeding dogs, and let's come together and let's try to come up with some solutions together. Let's try. Because God's not going to fix this. I know everybody said God's coming to fix this. God, how could God fix something he didn't even do? We're the one that did it. We're the one that created all this. Maybe God's just waiting for us to fix our own mistakes. I mean, God is not my slave. Just because I pray to, if you pray to Him, He's not going to just fix everything for you. He's there for guidance, I believe, but I don't think He's there to fix your whole life mistakes. That's why there's karma. But we need to come together, even with this whole entire garbage crisis. There's a whole garbage crisis. They don't know where to put garbage sometimes, and it's polluting the oceans, and a lot of wild marine life is suffering just from our garbage. We're killing animals. We're not even touching them. It's just our waste. Behind this. All right. Yes, folks. When I'm streaming, I do hang up on people because I feel that I lose my stream, and then sometimes when you get a good stream going, I tell my friends all the time when I'm streaming I can't talk, and then somehow they always call anyway. So when I hang up on them, they kind of already figured out I was streaming. But I'm not trying to come off negative. It's just I see this sad stuff all the time. And I'm a human in this world like everyone else. I don't try to get anyone's business. I stay right here in my own lane. I don't care what faith people are. All I know is I see random suffering. And sometimes I see random goodness. And I share those posts too to the Chong family group. If I see a real nice post, that goes directly to the Chong family group. And then if it's a funny post I want to do to my friends, do with my friends, I go to the main Chong group. But some of these other posts, I realize, I swear to God, it's like he's being murdered in there. He literally sounds like he's being murdered. That's why he has to play video games all the way in the bedroom because our neighbors would have 911 called thinking he's being murdered all the time. You could probably hear him outside sometimes. He screams so loud when he's streaming on Twitch. Fucking bitch. What's up, baby? And I know you guys can hear him crystal clear if I can hear him. You fucking blind bitch. Good God. But I wanted to try to at least do one little live stream. I don't know who this is. I'm gonna hang up on them. But I'm not trying. I'm just literally, I guess, trying to stab myself over here. That I'm here to bring awareness and try to clear my conscience personally. And I feel if I die trying to, bring awareness in any little way I can, I'm gonna die happy. And I guess I would like if I had enough subscribers to maybe start like a animal rescue squad. I would like to have a Chong. I would like to start a Chong squad for animal rescue if I could actually make enough money on YouTube. And I would like to call it the Chong squad and have the medics with the little heart, the red heart, like the Red Cross, and go around and save animals. That's something I would really like to do for a career if I could. And it wouldn't be a career for me, it would be actually something I want to do. And I would do with humans too. Like if somebody just needs saved, just and get a and call it the Chong Squad and like have shirts made up that says Chong Squad. That to me would be fun, and I would like that. And and just have other streamers or whatever if they wanted to join in and go with us on rescue missions and rescue the humans and the animals. I don't have a budget to do this. All I could do is try to spread awareness. And I do see a lot of YouTubers like giving people money all the time, but I would like to be eventually one day when I get enough subscribers, like where people would email me and stuff and have enough money just in like with YouTube because I don't really make money on Facebook. I used to make a couple bucks, but I don't anymore. They just got kind of weird over there in that way, but I pretty much work for free on Facebook with all my groups and stuff. I guess to give me reach and to give awareness of the animals. And there is people, I would like to start like be the animal rescue of YouTube, if I could. Kind of like the Dodo group over there. I would like this a Dodo group. I want to be the Chong group, Chong rescue group, and I would like to have post a live video of us saving an animal every day, if I could. That would probably be my dream. Will it happen? I don't know. I guess one will never know what the future holds. I am calling the people that kind of do things with me. I'm calling them the Chong Squad, my brother. I always have blogs with them. The blogs, like I do 3 minute blogs a lot and I share them over here. And I'm calling it the Chong Squad. And eventually I'm hoping the Chong Squad has 3 people. And then maybe four and then five. And I would like to like have people like that just want to join the Chong Squad for maybe for a couple videos. And then maybe one day if I was big enough like Mr. Beast, I would just fly to where they're at with the humans and the animals and just go over there and have so much money and maybe have businesses like Mr. Beast has to support it and maybe helping it, go rescue an animal or even a family, set them up and do start doing things like that because that really would make me happy. That would be my dream, but I don't know if it's in my scope because I'm just starting. I only got two, but I only have 201 subscribers. I don't have a lot, so and I know that Mr. Beast and all those big time YouTubers that are the big, I call them the sharks of YouTube. I'm just a little tiny feeder fish, and they're like the great whites. They get like millions and millions and millions of views, and they have lots of money, and they give away lots of money, and they do good things because and they have that kind of karma because they're always doing good. But I guess instead of Mr. Beast kind of does that, I would like to do just the animal side. And then they have a really nice guy that goes around and gives the homeless people food and he finds out where they're at and really tries to help them. I mean, that's kind of already done. He takes care of that. But I would like to be the dodo of YouTube. I would like to, and then I would be calling it the Chong Squad, and then I could share it over to my groups I have on Facebook and Instagram to give us a little more exposure. And then I recently picked up Snapchat. That's what I would do if I could and I had the money. But like I said, people say some people want to be the president of the United States and this and that. But sometimes these dreams, you don't get, sometimes if you want something, you don't get exactly what you want for a reason. But these are the things I would like to do before I die. And I'm a humble person. I'm not materialistic. If I got a lot of money from YouTube, I might buy a couple things, but I wouldn't buy fancy stuff. It would all go towards the cause of saving humans and animals. It would. That's all it would go towards. I mean, just enough for me to live a little if I had to take days off work. Because obviously, if I was going all around the country and saving people and animals, I couldn't work full time like I do now. So that could be a problem. So I guess I would need that, buy a little stuff, but I wouldn't be greedy because I'm not a greedy person. So, but I guess I know back here, over here, there's a lot about backstories on Facebook. There's not a, I mean, when you stream over there, you don't have to give a backstory. Nobody really cares and stuff. But over here, since there's a lot of people want a backstory, I'm just giving my backstory. And I do have a check mark over there, and I do keep it because there's a lot of scammers in the world. And if you don't have a check mark on Facebook, you're not verified and they don't know if you're real or not. So that's why I keep it that way. They know I'm a YouTuber over here, but I am also verified through Meta. And I keep it like that because there's so many people over there that are scammers. Even though I'm a small timer over there, it's good to have your check mark. It has its advantages, just like Visa. So, but I guess I just kind of want to do a little stream about that. And then, I don't know, think about, I always send it off since I have one person in the stream with a card reading. I guess I'll do a card reading and I'm not going to ask you what you want out of the deck because I'm not going to sit there and look like I'm fake and stuff. I'll do a card reading and the answer that the cards have is probably a question that's on your mind and it should be private. So we'll keep it private and I'll just tell you what the cards are telling me to tell you. And I do appreciate everybody was listening and I appreciate, what is it? Pan or Dan? Gar? Dan Gan? I don't know. Dan Gan, it looks like from here. Oh my god. I don't know why he has to scream so loud. I just don't. I hope Mr. Dan Pan. I think it's Pan. I don't know. Gan. I don't know. All these different usernames. You guys are very colorful with these names. And I can't make out half of them, but I'm gonna do your reading since you joined the stream and gave me a comment because I consider that actual being conversational. And I appreciate you for coming in the stream because I mean I said that I would do it if people come in the stream because that's when I get the best energy is when people actually are in the stream. And you seem like a very nice person. And maybe one day when I get, oh, Carla, okay, I guess I'm doing two. All right. I'll do one for you and one for my friend. Is it Don? Don? I think it's Don. It looks like Don from here. I might need new glasses. I don't know. But if it's Don or Dan, this is yours. And I'll get one for you, Carla. And I don't mind, I'll do this every stream. I am a tarot reader. I guess that's one reason why I do this, and I'm empathic towards the violence of these animals and people because empaths, it usually hits you like that. And being empathic, it's horrible for me to have to feel these feelings when I look at these posts and feel the things I feel. And it makes me more motivated to want to make a better world because that's truly an empath's fate, I guess. I'm going to do a simple 3 card deck. I mean, I could literally put a crystal on the deck, but my crystal's here, but this is actually a moonstone opal. All I gotta literally have it around my neck and gives me a lot of energy, so. And with me losing things half of the time, it's probably better. Alright, Don. Your reading is what the question that's in your mind is a fury. You got full moon in Aries for the past. So, whatever your problem was that was in your mind that you were thinking about, there was a fury complex that approached. Like someone just got really angry. In pretty much in normal people terms instead of mystical terms. I don't like mystical terms. I think mystical terms are just very, people just try to make it too much. But somebody was just really angry and it just got to the point where there was a lot of yelling and an ending point. So that was the past of your problem, which I don't know. I probably never want to talk to them again if somebody was acting like that towards me. But, anyways, your present situation to this is the end of a rough cycle approaches, and you got full moon in Capricorn. This is just the phases of the moon where they're at. It doesn't matter what sign you are. You could come up with the Aries and be a Capricorn. It's just where the moon sets in these cards. They're moon cards. Anyways, for the present, you got the end of a tough cycle approaches. So you've been in a rut with this situation with all the yelling and screaming from the past. And you've been going through it for a long time, I feel. I feel it's some kind of relationship type thing. It doesn't have to be love, but some kind of situation. I feel this one might be more family based. And when I say family based, I mean it could be when it could be a ex-wife or ex-girlfriend, someone that maybe has your child or somewhere child's involved. I mean, I call that married, even though it's not technically married. I call that spiritually married when you have a kid with somebody because your energies got together to make a living being. So, to me, that's married enough. So, when I say married, that's what I mean. I like to explain because some people get confused and say I'm saying things for a different way and this and that. So, that's that. So this is some kind of family situation where it was close knit. And then your future card is you got full moon in Aquarius, which is show the world the real you. I feel the cards are saying when you went through this cycle, you kind of lost yourself. You didn't know what to think. You were just trying to get through life. But very soon here, you're going to be able to break free from a lot of things. And you're going to be able to show the world what you really are and relax and just be done. And obviously, if you're listening to my stream, I babble a lot about animals and human and humanity. You're a humanitarian because if you weren't a humanitarian, you would say F that girl. I'm tired of hearing about her effing animals, and you would have left. So, and I get it, and I'm okay with bad people leaving my stream. I don't like bad people. I don't mind if you're bad but good, but I don't like the bad people that are bad. If that makes any sense to anybody. Some people have dark blood in them, but they're still good people. I don't like even the light bringers. I don't like them when they're real mean and they have bad intentions. But you guys must have good intentions or you'd have left. But that's your reading, Mr. Don. Free reading. Oh, is this a troll? I love when the trolling happens. If you are trolling me, thank you. I think it's so funny. It reminds me of the kids when they were younger, when they would tease me. They would have I don't know if you guys remember Rick and Morty, and they used to have that one cartoon Benson, and he would always yell at everybody and say, "You're fired, you're fired," and they would call me Benson all the time, and they would play practical jokes on me all the time, the boys, and I found it funny. But I'm gonna do reading for you because if you are, I love the humor. What does it say? I say restricted. It says message restricted. Oh, this is I am being trolled. Oh, you are hilarious. I guess YouTube cares about if I have bad words in my stream. Oh, you got for real? No, I don't do nude things. I'm sorry. I was never one to be a stripper, so I don't know. I can't do things like that. I'm glad you find me attractive enough to want to see me topless, but no, I don't do things like that. But I will do a reading for you because you are very funny. Oh, you got a lot of message restricted over there. You are hilarious. Facebook must think you are have a lot of bad or crude language. They're restricting every single one of your things. But anyways, Mr. Troller or whoever this is, it says your dreams need a practical plan, and you got full moon and Aries for your past. So whatever your problem in your life was, you had a good start, but you didn't know how to like put it together. I guess you could say. And your present situation is communication. Communication is the key. You got new moon in Gemini. So whatever your situation is, you're not communicating right. So that's part of your problem. And your future is to the situation going on is don't let your past hold you back. So there was something going on. I sensed that there was some kind of trouble going on. But you didn't communicate right, and maybe you tried to make do, and you don't know how to go about it. So maybe just try to change your life around, and the cards are saying just don't let all those events hold you back and just try to be a better person. And if you're over, I think it's 21 to get at the nudie bars, maybe get a drink at the nudie bar. I don't know. Because I just never been a person that was that kind of person. I just, it's just, I'm not. I mean, I don't have nothing against it, the people that do that, but that's just not me. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this, and I thank you guys for listening. And if you want, go ahead and subscribe to me. And as long as you come in the stream and I see a person in the stream, I can connect with the energy a lot better. And I don't mind, I'll do a reading for you. And if you got a specific, and I don't like asking the question because it's personal. It's whatever the cards want to give you for an answer. I can I get a feeling of the general circumstances, but when I pick up energy, I don't like to go too far because I feel it's rude. So I don't like doing that. Let go. understand what I'm letting go of. But I'm going to I'm gonna go ahead and I'll be back later because I gotta bring Chong for a walk and maybe check my husband's blood pressure in there because he's getting all excited over the Dead by Daylight and all the screaming. So I hope everyone's having a good day and I'll try to come back on, and if you subscribe to me you'll know when I'm in the stream. And then if you want another reading, just come in the stream and I have no problem with the reading. So and I hope everyone's having a good day. And thank you for listening.